Hey, today we're in the pantry. We're making crepes or crepes, however you'd like to pronounce it. Crepes are one of my family's most favorite meals. We have them a lot for breakfast, but on occasion I'll make them for dinner and make savory crepes. But we always end with a dessert crepe, for sure. So here it is. This is really easy. Here's your basic crepe recipe, and then you can add whatever toppings you want. So I have my Vitamix here. I'm going to add 1.5 cups of milk. I'm using 1%. You can use what you have. 1.5. And I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of oil. Not very much. And then homemade vanilla. This is so great. It smells good. I've got mine all bagged up for gifts this year. If you want to make homemade vanilla, I have a video on it. Really easy, and it's well worth the time and money it takes to make this. You'll see a huge difference in the food you make with the homemade vanilla. And then 2 eggs. I've already cracked them. You guys, my puppy is eating a sweet potato. Hang on. Coco, is the sweet potato good? Do you like it? Do you want me to cook it for you, or you just want to eat it raw? Okay, back to what we're doing here. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And then that's all of our ingredients, and I'm going to blend this up. The crepe mixture has been blending for about 3 minutes. It's done. I don't know if you can see, but there's bubbles on the top. And if you can see, it's kind of a, it's not a really thick mixture. It's kind of thin. And if you want to do this step ahead of time, just throw it in the blender the night before, and then it'll make your breakfast a lot easier because you'll have this step done. Here's my pantry cupboard door that I have all my recipes on that I use all the time. And there's the crepe recipe right there. And it's tattered and well worn. I make that so much. So there's your ingredients. 1.5 cups milk, 1 cup flour, 2 eggs, 1 tablespoon oil, 2 tablespoons sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla. And then you put it in the blender. Okay, I made this video this morning, and I just went to download it, and the actual crepe part, it recorded, but it won't let me open it. So I'm redoing this little part. And now the lighting's terrible. I'm using 2 crepe makers. It makes it go twice as fast. The crepe makers came with this tool. It's great. It helps you spread out your circle. I'm going to spray olive oil on each one just the first time, just the first crepe I make. Start this one. Just spray it the first time with this spray, and that's all you need to do. And then you can either ladle this out or just pour it straight from your blender, whatever's easiest. And then just make a circle as best you can. This just takes practice. Once you've done it a few times, you'll get better at making a circle. There we go. These crepe makers are great. I know you can just do them in a pan, and that's fine too. But I do like the surface of this. It's really easy. Sometimes it's easy to just pick it up and turn it with your fingers once you get it up with the spatula. Look at this nice pretty golden brown around the edges. Okay, looks like this is our last one. This might be a big one. Going to use all the batter that's left. And one batch makes about 8 really large crepes and about 10 medium crepes. I normally double the recipe for my family when everybody's home. And when we have company, I triple it at least. Okay, this one's done. Isn't that pretty? Okay, our last crepe is done. Got our pile of crepes here. I want to show you how easy it is to clean these crepe makers. It's a cinch. It's easier than washing a pan. They've been unplugged for about 5 minutes, so they're still warm, but not too hot. And I'm just taking a wet paper towel, just going around the edges, and then, look, that's it. And then I'll do the same on here. Even that oil we used just wipes right off. Go around the whole edge. And that's it. It's clean. And then to store them, it's got this really neat little cord keeper. So you just wrap the cord up. But I'm going to wait until that cools completely down to do that. But these don't take up that much room. I double stack them in my cupboard. Love these. These were a great purchase. We've used them over and over again. I want to show you how I make my savory breakfast crepe. So I start out with some scrambled eggs with cheese, thanks to my chickens, and then a piece of bacon, and some avocado slices. And then roll it up like a burrito. And that's how I eat my savory crepe. And now I'll show you the dessert crepe. You can't have dessert crepes without fresh homemade whipped cream. So I've got my heavy whipping cream. And I think I'm just going to pour the whole darn thing in there. This is 1 quart. We love whipped cream. I keep it in the fridge and we dip apples in it or strawberries. So whatever we don't use for crepes, we'll use during the week. Okay, and to that I'm going to add homemade vanilla. And then I'd say about 1/2 cup. Let me add just a tiny bit more. Maybe 1/2 cup to 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. And that's it. Well, our whipped cream is done. Let me get you a close-up of the whipped cream. You want stiff peaks, and that's how you know it's done. See how stiff that is? Now that we have our homemade whipped cream, we can assemble our dessert crepe. So I like to start my crepe out with a layer of Nutella. just a thin layer over the crepe. Okay, that should do. Not too much. That looks like a big mess, doesn't it? And then I'm going to add some raspberries, as well as strawberries over the top of my Nutella. I'm going to skip the blueberries because I don't think they mesh with Nutella. I have no problem with raspberries and strawberries mixed with Nutella. That's good stuff. It's going to be so good, isn't it? Okay, and then I like to roll it up like a burrito. I like to roll my crepes up like a burrito, but if you don't stuff it very full, you can take your crepe and put your fillings in it and then fold it in half and then in half again, and that makes a beautiful little crepe to serve like that. But I like to do it this way because look how full that is. That's not going to fold very well. So I'm going to roll mine up just like a big fat burrito. And then I like to put my whipped cream on the outside. Do some raspberries just over the top. And then we might as well give it a shower of powdered sugar just to make it look beautiful. How's that? And then you have the nice surprise inside of Nutella and more fruit. Yummy. There's dessert.